back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, and today we are reviewing Alien Earth Series 1. Well, I'm assuming it's going to be Series 1. I'm expecting them to do more. But anyway, let's get into the meat and potatoes. Is that what they say? Is that the saying? Meat and potatoes? I think that's what the saying is. You can let me know in the comments down below. I'm pretty sure I got that one spot on. But anyway, let's get into what is Alien Earth all about. So this is kind of in the same universe of Alien, where the oh geez, I forgot what the hell the creature is called. The alien from that, well, it's from the franchise Alien. I'll say that. I can't remember what it's called now, but it's in the same franchise as them. But this is now put into like I think this is the first series they've done. So essentially what the concept is there's this like genius, like young, I don't know if he's, they call him the genius child, but I think he's probably more like a young adult. But he basically creates these androids, and now he's figured out a way to get a human's like conscious into an android. But it only works with kids, because humans go too crazy if you do it. Like, oh, no, humans, adults can't handle the change. It's too much of a quick change. But a child is still kind of like younger, so it's more easier on the mind to adjust to. So he's busy experimenting with this, and then he gets it right. And the first one that they get is called Wendy, and she's basically like the prototype, and then they start doing it with other ones. So the premise is essentially, that's kind of on this island, that's what he does. He does all these tests and stuff. They are known just for like the androids, and then a ship crashes in their city, and it's a cargo ship. Now on the ship they had a bunch of different species of aliens, one of them being the main alien. I can't remember, I'm blanking so hard. Let me just quickly check it. I need to see what this thing is called. Xenomorph. Okay, I got it now. It's a xenomorph. Okay, so yeah. So one of the other creatures on there is a xenomorph. It's also like I got a list now for the aliens there. It's called a blood tick. This kind of like it essentially like sucks all the blood out of the humans or whatever the host is. Then there's the octopus eye. That thing is kind of cool. That, I would say that's probably like out of everything, that's kind of like the most unique thing. So what it does to its host is it takes its eye out, and then it kind of sits in there, and it takes control of the host, and it's basically like an eyeball. Then there's a thing called like an orchid or flower bud. It's like a plant, and it kind of, what it does is it kind of looks like an umbrella in a way, and then it's like it scatters around the room, and then if someone's underneath it, it basically like sucks it up, and then it just kind of cocoons it. Oh, focus. It cocoons it, and it kind of like just feeds off it. And then these are like these alien flies. Essentially they feed off like metals and like the synthetics. They don't eat like humans and stuff like that, but they devour like electronics and synthetics. And then they have obviously the xenomorph, which they have there. But yeah, those are the creatures that are on board the ship. And then essentially the ship that it owns is owned by another, like, I don't know what they call them. They call them like the five of the greatest minds or some shit like that. And so one of them owned the ship, but it crashes into this boy genius's like district. So he says, nope, crashed in my city, I'm keeping it. And he keeps all the creatures, and he's doing tests on them. And he's like, to see, get studies and stuff done on them. And then essentially they kind of like, essentially what happens is then the synths are also like learning about them, and also studying with the the main android. I don't know what the hell. I think the synth is actually called, well, they're hybrids, and then the synth is actually like the main synth who's like in charge of the facility essentially, and he's also in charge of the hybrids. So yeah, then essentially that's what happens. They take it back there, and then it's kind of like just it unwraps, everything unwraps on this island with all the chaotic stuff that happens with the aliens, the xenoverses, and all these synths and hybrids, and we have this cool little battle on this island. But yeah, essentially that is kind of like a plot without getting into spoilers. The characters, I think the characters were good. I think it fits, like they fit the theme very much. I do like that the actors that are playing the hybrids, because remember they're all children, they do kind of like, they do very well to act very childish, because they still have a child mind. So I think those actors do very well with that. So I think the cast was very good. There are some little flaws with the show in terms of, like, for me, because I've watched so many Alien, like in the movies and stuff like that, when it comes with the xenomorphs, like the movement was a little funky at times. I think my oh, sorry about that. I think my brother mentioned at one point that there was a shot that you could see at the back of the xenomorph, which you could kind of see was like the covering for the makeup. It got a little exposed, so they didn't do a good job on that angle, but I didn't see it. My brother told me it was there. But yeah, overall I think the casting was good. I do think the show flows very nicely. I do think there's some stupid, like, things that don't really add up. Like I said, like the walking of the xenomorph, it kind of didn't look as cool as what the other ones were. There's times when the xenomorph fights and they very quickly like cut away and then cut back, and everyone's dead. So it's like, would have liked to see those kills. Overall, I think the show is pretty decent. I kind of do want to see what they do for season 2, especially because of the way it ends. Kind of builds up that they're going for some like big hit. I've seen only good things online, so I'm assuming they would get a season 2. I don't see why they wouldn't. And I think maybe the reason some of the kills and stuff weren't as cool is maybe they didn't have the budget to do it. So I'm hoping they get a season 2 and they can just go kind of crazy with season 2, which I think they would do if they had the budget for season 2. So yeah, I'm praying for that because it would be good. What would I give this out of 10? I think I would give this a solid 8 out of 10. I think it's not the best Alien thing, but I was very entertained with it, and it kept me watching, and it is making me want to watch a season 2. So yeah, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite parts of the show was. I'll try not to do too much of a spoiler for the show. Let me know about the characters, what you want to see in season 2 if you watched it already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.